Os. Welcome UNLV students to the Shotokan Karate Studies program. By now you should know you've already warmed up, you've gotten the warm-up that you feel your body needs, you're adequate for starting the program this morning. So let's go ahead and get started with our typical, quick, general warm-up. Ready? And Hajime. Ichi. Ni. San. Yon. Go. All right, warmed up good there. Let's turn to the side, bring our heels to our glutes. Good, all right. Let's go ahead and do some high knees as well. Get my workout recorded, here we go. High knees. You can do this slow, just like I'm doing. Again, just bringing your knees up. You can do it fast if you feel like kind of bouncing a little bit, working your calves a little bit. Or if you want to go slow, go slow. And yame. All right, let's come up on our toes, stretching out our calves. And yame. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and do some body hip twists. And yame. Good. Arm up, across the side, stretching out our shoulder. Good, other side. Again, don't hold these too long. Just doing dynamic stretches here. Nothing too static, nothing being held for too long. Switching over. Other side. Good. Feet just widen shoulder width. Go down, touch the floor. Go to the right. Back to center. Go to the left. Back to center. All right, make that a little wider. We're gonna go down to the right, turning up on our left heel, stretching out our hamstring. Good, now we're gonna turn to the left in a long front stance. Pushing on the quad here, pushing the knee over the toe. And down to a runner stand, or a runner stretch. Good. Back up. All right, we're gonna do everything to the other side now. Leaning to the left onto the right heel. Toes pointed up. Stretching out your hamstring. All right, let's rotate that all the way around. Good front stance, long, deep, pushing on the quad, pushing the knee out over the toe, getting a good stretch. Transition that into a runner stretch. And come back to center, come back standing. Good. Turn around, fix your gi. Back to me. Yoi. Subirachi. Break. Yoi. Seiza. Dojo-kun. 一つ、人格完成に人を盛ること。一つ、誠の道を守ること。一つと力の精神を養うこと。一つ、礼儀を重んずること。一つ、景気の湯を戒めること。Ready? That's it. よい。しばらくち。Ready? よい。So today's class is an intermediate class, and this is intermediate class number 8. And what I figured we would do today is actually walk through an exam. So what would happen if you were actually taking your, for this case, we're going to do a blue belt exam. So again, that's right there in the intermediate. It is a 5th Q exam. So I actually have the paperwork here that actually rolls through exactly what an exam would be. So again, 5th Q is right in the middle. You would start at 10th Q, which is no belt, and then work your way up. 5th Q is right in the middle. 1st Q would be high brown belt, and then Shotokan is the next rank. Is the next rank after 1st Q brown belt. So I like to go through this exam with you. You go through it with me so that we can kind of see exactly what an exam would look like, especially in a remote setting where you're actually not in front of your sensei, but you'd actually be videotaping an exam and showing them the ability that you have to go through each one of the techniques that's being asked of you. All right, so this should take right at 40 to 50 minutes. It really depends on you and your fitness level, actually. Typically, these exams would be no breaks, so you can't cut the camera and then come back and finish the exam. If you're going to take a break, you would just go down into Seiza, stop, take a breath, until you're ready to move on to the next thing. You're welcome at any time to grab water, grab a towel, anything like that, straighten your gi. Again, just turning away from your sensei as you do those things. And again, sensei in this case would just be your camera, because again, this is in front of the camera is basically the sensei. He would be standing behind the camera. He's going to be watching you and going through all of this once you submit something like this for your belt rank. All right, so what this does is this kind of breaks it down into each little section. So you start off with uchi, which is strikes. You go into uke, which is blocks. Then you move into static kihon drills. And those are performed, again, just standing in shizentai, and you would go through each of the static kihon drills from there. Kihon drills would be moving, so these would be dynamic. These would start in a gedan-barai. Then you would do what the drill actually is, moving forward with a turn. This is asking you to do 4 forward, turn, and do 4 going the other direction. And typically this is going to be done in at least 2 different angles. So just as I teach with you, I typically start in the back of the class, work towards you, and then move to the side and work from there, work from that side to the other direction. So at least 2, if not all 3 different angles. And this is again so that your sensei can see foot movement, and then they can see that your body is positioned correctly for each of the techniques being asked. Next up would be kihon drills, again demonstrated at a full speed, 4 forward, mawate, turn, and 4 back. Next up is kihon drills 10, alternating, standing in place, but this is kicks specifically. Then you go into kata. So for this one you would do one of your kihon katas. This is geri kata shodan, and then you would move into your traditional katas. At this point with your traditional katas, you would do all the kata you've learned up to this point, traditional kata. And this one, at this level, you are performing hen yandan at normal speed once from a front view and once from a side view. The rest of the kata you could just perform at whatever view you typically would view it from, because he's seen these up to this point, right? Next up would be Ippon Kumite and Gohan Kumite. Ippon Kumite is a one-step kumite. Gohan Kumite is a five-step kumite. If you're able to do this with a live partner, it's much preferred, but again, a lot of people are doing this remotely because they don't have the ability to get a live partner. They don't have the ability to go to a physical dojo, and therefore they're doing it this way. So doing it with a live partner is not a requirement, it's just a suggestion and a preference. That's really everything. The eligibility requirements are that you've completed all the assignments leading up to your blue belt, and a minimum of hours or time has passed between you passing your previous belt, which is green belt, and then ready to take your exam for your blue belt. And again, just as I mentioned, the test instructions are listed as well, so the test is to be done in one continuous video, start to finish. You should verbally announce each one of the things that are being asked of you, so that the sensei understands what's being asked, so that you are showing your ability to enunciate, pronounce correctly the Japanese and English terms of the techniques. Demonstrate the rank, right, as listed, which is what you're doing, and the test overall. And then you upload your video. Typically this is uploaded to YouTube, and it's uploaded in an unlisted location so that no one else has access to it. It's completely private. Only the people that you send the link to can see the video, which is why you would upload it unlisted. Send that video link directly to your sensei. No one's going to see it except for the people that you give permission to see the video. All right, so let's go ahead and start this. Typically, again, you should have already warmed up and you're ready to actually do the exam. You don't record your warm-up. You would do your warm-up, prepare for the exam, then start your video. All right, and typically you would start your video announcing who you are. So you would just say, you know, I am Sensei Justin Hawkins. I'm submitting for my blue belt exam, and roll right into it from there. All right, and again, enunciate, make sure that your sensei can hear what you're saying. So let's go ahead and do this, okay? So the first thing it says, uchi uke. Shuto, sorry, not uchi uke. Uchi, strikes. So shuto uchi, knife hand strike from 3 different angles, followed by hiza geri, knee strike from 3 different angles, okay? Shuto uchi. All right, so if you notice, and you should, as you go through my program in particular, the belt level is kind of focusing or pulling kihon techniques from your kata. So it's saying shuto uchi, you know that you're pulling from heian yondan, which is the kata that you must demonstrate for this belt level. All right, so shuto uchi. So again, this is standing in a Shizentai stance, Shuto uchi. Okay, that's one angle. Starting from here, that's 2, and here, 3. All right, Shuto uchi. All right, that's all 3 angles. Next up is hiza geri or hiza uchi. All right, so this is a knee strike or a knee kick, and this is again pulled directly from heian yondan. Let's do 3. 1, and alternate your legs. 2, all right, 3, other side, all right. Next up is uke, blocks, juji uke. Again, pulled directly from heian yondan as you turn, and this is your juji uke. All right, it's the cross block. Down is the direction, and this would be blocking a kick, for instance, as it's coming in. All right, so juji uke. So you're here, start in Shizentai or in Zenkujachi, and 1, 2. We'll go here, this side, 2, and again. Okay. Again, this is demonstrating that you know the technique without having to see it done for you or demonstrated for you. All right, next up is static kihon drills. Perform the following kihon 10 times on each side in Shizentai. Chokuzuki punch. All right, so let's do that together. Ready? Remember, what we're looking for, or what I'm looking for when I test you on something like this, is a good hip movement, hip vibration. Your feet aren't moving. You're not doing this and this, okay? But your feet are actually standing in Shizentai, and there should be some hip vibration. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hachi, Kyu, Ju. And count in Japanese where possible. Okay. Next up is a Gedan Barai with a Gaikazuki. Well, you can't really do a reverse punch standing here, right? So it's really a Gedan Barai with a Chokuzuki punch. So let's start with this. So you start here, and we'll count these out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. Hachi, Kyu, Ju. Okay. Next up is Ageyuke with Chokuzuki punch. So what it's doing here is we're rolling through your basic blocks and then following it up with the punch. So here, Ageyuke, Chokuzuki punch. Mark your target and begin. Ichi, ni, son, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kyu, and ju. Okay. Next up, uchi uke with another punch. Sorry, so uchi uke. Ready? Mark your target out and hajime. Ichi, ni, son, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kyu. Alright. Next up, Soto Ryuke with a reverse punch or Chokuzuki punch. Ready? And hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Shuto uke with nukete. All right. So this one, shuto uke, you're fully aware of this. There. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And remember to relax, and remember to breathe, and remember to take breaks. So again, if you've done all that and you're completely out of breath, just stop. Take a breath. Maybe you want to turn and fix your gi. All right. The important thing is that you're not stopping the camera. You're not turning off the camera and having a cut in the video. All right, so next up is Kihon drills. So let me read this to you again. It says Gedan Barai, 4, and then 4 forward, Mawate, turn, Gedan Barai, 4 back. All right, and this is the technique. Punching, Ni Zuki. It's a 2-punch combination, right? Chudan level. Enzeki Doshidachi, front stance. That's it. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to set this off to the side. We'll pick that up in a second. So here, we start back again where you give yourself room. And hajime. Ichi, ni, son, shi. 4 forward. Now Mawate and turn to go back. Ready? Ni. Son. Okay. So again, fairly simple. You know these techniques. 4 forward, mawate, 4 back. And when needed, do this from another angle. All right. That particular one, I'm not going to do from another angle. There may be others that I'll choose to do that. Okay. Next up, ageuke, gaikazuki. Okay. So this one is the rising block with that reverse punch. So this one, I will move to the side and go from this other side. And this is all about your sensei being able to see your feet and your hands and your hip movement. Okay. Here. Again, Mirai Kumite is what we step into. And Hajime. Turn. And all right. Next up is Udeuke. So this is just Udeuke and then Gaikazuki. Kind of see where this is going, right? So it's going to be Udeuke with Gaikazuki, then Uchi-uke with Gaikazuki, then it moves into something different. So let's go ahead and get through the blocks. All right, so Udeuke and Uchi-uke. All right. This one I'm going to move towards you, and when I turn, I'm going to move to that side. Okay, so again, giving my sensei multiple directions to be able to see this, multiple angles to be able to see my body movement properly. Okay? Uchi, or Ude, Uke, Gaikazuki. Ready? All right. I'm going to move to this side. So that's Ude-uke. Next up, let's go ahead and get into Uchi-uke. So again, I'm going to do basically the same thing. I'm going to walk towards you, stop, and then I'm going to do it from the side with the turn. Uchi-uke, Gaikazuki. And then again, announce that, just like I did. You're back here. Uchi-uke, Gaikazuki. And Hajime. Going to the other side. Ready. Okay. Now it takes a little bit of a turn. Right, because we're going with a middle front lunge punch, Oizuki, all right, because we're moving forward, with an MP Uchi. All right, so now we're doing an elbow strike at the end of that. So, you know the technique. Let's do it. MP Uchi, Oizuki punch, MP Uchi. Go down and get a Mirai. And Hajime. Don't have room to do a fourth, but what I will do is just go to the side. Okay? And remember to turn. So again, what's being asked. again, I hope you're doing this with me. You should be going through this with me. This is a class, so I'm not demonstrating this for you. You should be going through this with me as I'm announcing this. All right, so next up is Shotokan in Kakutsudachi with Nukite in Zenkusudachi. So again, you have to translate this and pull the information out. So what are we doing? Shotokan in Kakutsudachi with Nukite in Zenkusudachi. All right. Extract what's being asked in Japanese, translate it, announce it in that proper format, and then demonstrate. So you step back, Shotokan, Kakutsudachi, Nukite, and Zenkusudachi. That is a knife hand block with a spear hand. Ready? Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mawate. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then with this one, it doesn't tell you to take a step or not to take a step. So if you wanted to translate that into a step, all right, you can do that. You're not wrong, you're not incorrect. So again, from another angle, and hajime, there. Okay, so there it is with a step and without a step. So you see the difference in the two. It wasn't asked of you to do a step in between. It wasn't not asked of you to do a step in between. So both formats are correct. Next up, it's keyhole drills. Again, demonstrating at full speed. 4 forward, mawate, and 4 back. Hands down by your side, kicking with your rear leg, maigeri kiage. Very simple, we know this. After that, it's maigeri kikomi. Then we're doing kibidachi, side stance, okay, or horse stance, side stepping across, kicking yokogeri kiage, snap, and yokogeri kikomi, thrust. So this is asking you to do all 4 kicks, hands down by your side. So that's what we're going to do. And step into Gedanbarai Kumite. And the first one is maigeri kiage, hands down by your sides. So you can put your hands on your hips if you wish, and then go through all 4. And then mawate and come back. So maigeri kiage. Ready? Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mawate. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And mawate. And yame. Let's go to the sides. Again, seeing foot movement. Seeing the actual kick itself. Is it a snap or is it a thrust? And knowing the difference in the two. Ready? And hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mawate. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Mawate. Very good. Next up is maigeri kikomi. So thrust kick. Show the difference, know the difference. Ready? Stepping out. Maigeri kikomi, front thrust kick. And hajime. Latte. Latte. All right, from the sides. Let's do this. You know the difference. Show me the difference. Ready? Stepping out. And Hajime. Latte. And Hajime. Latte. Yame. Okay, very good. Next up is we're going in Kibidachi with that side snap kick. Variations, you're aware of the variations leading up to this class based on what we've done before. All right, so in Kibidachi, Yokogeri Kiagi, that's side snap kick. Ready? Hajime. Two different ways. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go back the other direction, do it the other way. Ready? Ichi, ni, son. All right, I don't have room to do another, so I'll stop there, draw up, and get ready to go from another direction. Snapping the kick, okay? So remember with the side snap kick, the two different variations. There is that, where you're kind of twisting your body a little bit more, and that. The thrust kick looks a little different, right? Because you're actually thrusting like a piston with your legs. So, side snap kick. Ready? Hajime. Ichi, ni, son, yon. Go back. Ready? Ichi, ni, son, yon. All right, yame. Next up is Kiagi, or Kikomi. Side thrust kick. Know the difference? Show the difference. Ready? Crossing over with your feet. And Hajime. Ichi, ni, son, yon. And Ichi, ni, son. Don't have room to do yon. It's okay. Go side to side. Ready? Hajime. Ichi, ni, son, yon. Other direction. Ready? Ichi, ni, son, yon. Yame. All right, very good. So we made it through the majority of the sections, all right? So next up, asking us for Kihon drills. This is where you're just learning your Mawashi Geri and your Shiro Geri. It's asking you to do 10 alternating in place. All right, so from Shizentai, Mawashi Geri is your round kick. As in place as you can be, right? So what Sensei is asking here is that you're not stepping, okay? Instead, you're standing in place. 10, as best that you can do it, standing in place. Ready? Ichi, ni, son, yon. Go. Rope. Sich, hach, kyu, ju. All right, next up, you Shiro Geri. This is your back kick. You must turn your back to your sensei. I take that back. Because it's a back kick, you should be able to see both movements front and back. So turn to the side. So because this should kind of look like a donkey kick, as you come up and then back. Make sure your sensei can see that. If your back is to him, he's not going to be able to see it. He's only asking for 10. So, ready? Ich, ni, sung, yong, go. Switch legs. You can alternate whichever one you want to do. Ready? Ich, ni, sung, yong, go. You know what I mean? Point is, what do we want to see here with these back kicks? You're raising your leg to the front, looking at your target over your shoulder, and executing a kick. All right, so there's several things your sensei should be looking for that you should be showing. Okay? All right, next up, traditional kata. All right, demonstrate all previous kata demonstrate all the previous heian kata, traditional kata, plus heian yandan for this belt level at normal speed, once from front view, once from side view. All right. So for this, let's do hand Shodan, Nidan, and Sandan from only one view. We only need to do this from one view because your sensei's graded you previously on this, right? Because for hand, for yellow belt, you did hand Shodan. For orange belt, hand Nidan. For green belt, you did hand Sandan. Now we're at blue belt, we're doing hand Yandan. So he's already seen you perform and graded you on Shodan, Nidan, and Sandan. Therefore, it's not really about those three kata. It's still showing that you've retained the memory to be able to do it. So that's what we're showing now. And then you've learned for this belt level, hand Yandan, and you're going to demonstrate that from two different angles for grading. Okay? Ready? So for these, you have to go through protocol on your own. Right? This is a test. So you would go through this by yourself, and now go through protocol, announce the kata, and demonstrate the kata. So it should look like this. Hand Shodan. Hey! Next kata is hand Nidan. So just move through this smoothly and efficiently. All right. If you have to take a break between kata, take a break. Go into Seiza. Take your breaths in. Until you're comfortable moving on to the next kata. Do this with me. Ready? Heian Nidan. I didn't go through protocol, so if you make okay, so that's another thing I want to address. If you make a mistake, call it out. All right? As a sensei grading exams, what I don't want to see is you make a mistake and glaze over it. Call yourself out for making those mistakes. If you make a mistake and you glaze over it, I don't know that you know you just made a mistake. All right? So call it out. Sorry about that. Let me start over. Heian Nidan. Okay. Again, acknowledging the mistakes that you made. Maybe you When you turned, maybe you didn't do a gate on block, you did something else, or you turned at too great of an angle. Sorry, I made a mistake at this one section here. I'm going to perform that kata again for you. Okay? Call it out. Make sure your sensei knows you made a mistake and you know you made a mistake. All right? All right. Next up is Heian Sandan. Heian Sandan. Hey. Hey. Pulse. So, I would explain. Right here at the end, I don't have enough room to actually perform the Kihon technique properly, to step into Zengu Sudachi. Therefore, I did a Kirikiashi, a correction step, as you can see, to make up for the room that I didn't have in order to complete the kata properly. Okay? You've clearly explained why you took a correction step, or you can do it before the kata. You could say, I've done this kata several times. Every time I do it, I run out of room. Therefore, I do a Kirikiashi correction step right here at the last section before I turn. All right? So I just wanted you to be aware. That's it. You're covered. Okay? That way I know as a sensei grading it that, what is that weird step he just did? Maybe I know. He ran out of room, so he was doing a correction step. But he should call it out. He or she should call it out. Say, okay, he or she did that because they knew they were out of room. I, as the student, would say that. All right, I know I'm going to run out of room here, so I'm going to do a correction step to make up for that. All right? So, next up is the kata for this belt level, Han Yandan. And again, you should do this from 2 different angles to make sure your sensei can see it very well. All right, so let's do this. I'll do it from here, and I'll do it probably from over there on this start. Okay? And you can flow from one right into the other, but again, 2 different angles for the purpose of your sensei being able to see it from 2 different angles so they can watch your feet, and all your Kihon techniques for the actual kata. That said, I know I mentioned to you earlier that you have to have all of your assignments complete. So typically, for each belt level, there are 2 assignments. One of the assignments will typically be submit the kata for this belt level, so submit the kata Han Yandan for grading. Once you submit that, all you do is just perform the kata, and you submit that to your sensei as one of your assignments. You'll get feedback that tells you you're not doing it right, you are doing it right. Here's some little critiques that you can take into account. Here's some little things that will make your kata better. That way, as you're continuing to practice and learn for this belt level, you already have a good critique of the kata that you've performed. All right, so that way you know going forward, all right, I'm not doing it wrong. He already showed me the correct way to do it. He already told me the mistakes that I'm making. Therefore, I can continue on and I'll be ready to take the exam because I've been corrected. All right, so these are the assignments, hence the stripes on the belts. All right, so you'd be a green belt. You'd be a green belt, and earning a blue stripe would be showing the sensei Heian Yandan and getting feedback. If they pass you, you would earn a stripe. Whatever the other assignment is for that belt level, again, you submit that to your sensei. If you pass, you add another stripe to your green belt in preparation for earning your blue belt. All right, and typically, again, as you can see, the stripes indicate the next belt level. So white belt has yellow stripes, yellow belt has orange, orange has green, green has blue, and then blue, you would start earning your purple stripes. All right, so let's do Han Yandan. Again, this is 2 different angles, so we'll start here. Do this with me. Han Yandan. All right, there's a small correction step here. As I'm performing my 3 Moroto Uke, I run out of room before the Hizageri or the Hiza Uchi. Therefore, there's a small correction in there. Let your sensei know you know what you're doing. Again, same kata, another angle. Ready? Hin-yondu. Do this with me. Ready? Very good, young man. All right, so now we've demonstrated all of our traditional kata. All right, next up would be the kumite. All right, so I can't really demonstrate that for you because you haven't learned the kumite. I typically, in these classes for UNLV, don't teach the kumite portion, but it would be something like for the 1 steps, for instance. You could choose, how many are there? I believe there's 2, yes, there's 2. So it says to demonstrate ichi and ni at full speed. So you can choose any attack that's coming to you. Let's choose an oizuki front punch attack, all right? Let's see, I'm trying to think how to best integrate the kata, right, that we learned for this belt level. So Heian Yondan. What's a good way that we can integrate something from the kata in order to show that in a kumite situation? All right. So let's think Moroto Uke and Hizageri. Right. This is the end of the kata. You're doing Moroto Uke here, and then Hizageri. All right. So let's say someone is coming towards you with a oizuki punch. All right, so you would step into, for all kumite, you call Geinambarai kumite, you both step back. So if I did this from the side, both you and the attacker would step into Geinambarai kumite. And the defender always announces what comes next. So the defender would say, "Hai, yes, I'm ready." The attacker would then move forward with oizuki punch. That's simple, right? The defender in Geinambarai kumite is then going to step back and perform the proper block, right? Or they don't have to step back at all. The punch is coming. Moroto Uke. Hizageri. All right? That's Ippon kumite. It's a 1-step sparring, an attack that you defend and counter attack. So simple. All right, so you do that from 2 different angles. All right, ni. So let's think of another example that we can pull from the kata. So we have Juji Uke that then moves into a Shuto Uke. Right? No, it moves into Moroto Uke. So we can do the Juji Uke. And then, so that would be a block, right? So someone's moving towards you with a kick, and you block, and then maybe you kick on your own, all right? Maybe with a round kick, because if your opponent is coming towards you and they've kicked, and that gets blocked, they're opening up this side of their body. All right, so if that kick is coming towards me, I'm going to block here, round kick to that open side of their body. So again, the kumite would be the same. Step, you start here, You call Gedan Marai Kumite, you both step back into a Gedan Marai Kumite. Your attacker is going to move forward, right? As the attacker, I'm here. I'm going to move forward with my front kick. All right, now we know that gets blocked with that Juji Uke. It doesn't go up, so you're forced to step off on this side, opening you up for that attack. All right, so again, as the defender, Gedan Marai Kumite, step back, hai, or hajime. So begin. The attacker comes forward, block, round kick. Okay, so now again, you've pulled directly from your kata to put it into action, the kumite or bunkai. Again, demonstrating you know how to learn these things and how to apply these things. Okay, the next thing is a Gohan Kumite. Gohan Kumite is 5 steps, right? Go, so it is a 5-step kumite. So typically with something like this, you're going to be defending and then 1 counterattack. So you're probably going to defend 4 different moves coming toward you, and then you're going to counterattack. So again, I'm not going to go through that because it's something that you're probably going to, again, pull from the kata. You wouldn't have to come up with this on your own. This is part of my program outside of UNLV, that you would learn learn how to defend against 4 different attacks and then counterattack. All right, so it's a 5-step kumite. So you'd start here, Gedan Marai Kumite, and then step into 4 different blocks. So maybe it's Shuto, Uchi, I don't have room, but Ageuke, Soto Ryuke stepping forward, and then an Oizuki punch. All right, there's no telling. Again, it's 5 steps. You would learn something for that belt level, something that is something, again, probably you're going to pull something, 1 or 2 things from the kata directly to actually put into practice so that you understand how to implement the kata properly, all right, into a kumite situation. So again, that is basically how all of this would work. So that would be an exam. That is everything, all right? That covers the entire exam from start to finish. That is typically how this would work. So you've now gone through a blue belt exam, right? So now you know how this would work. That said, through the UNLV program, this is just a basic program where you're just kind of learning to learn, all right? You're picking up some basics, you're picking up enough to be pretty proficient in Shotokan karate, and that's why I'm here. If you want to earn your belt, if you want to earn a belt, then you have to come through my program, which is Shotokan University Online. Put that right here. Again, contact me there, and then if you want to start learning and actually earning your belts, that's a good place to start. Okay? All right, so thank you. Let's go ahead and go into our protocol. Shizentai, Yoi, Subirachi, right? Yoi, and Seiza. All right, for today's meditation, let's just go through that exam. Just think about it in your head. Think about some of the things maybe you have anxiety about if you were to do a test. Think about some of the things that you want to remember to tell your sensei, and things that you want to make sure you're demonstrating properly. Why from various angles? What things do you want to do from other angles so that you're actually doing the test properly and your sensei is able to properly grade you. And Mokuso. Mokuso yame, sensei de yore. Tate. Yoi. Subirachi, right? Yoi. Os. All right. Thank you, intermediate students, for joining me for this class. Please leave comments. Please contact me outside of this if you have additional questions. And again, thank you for joining me.